Hello, it's great to be here with you again today. Thank you so much for joining me. If you've been following along the last few videos, you'll know we've been kind of exploring the Old Testament lately, and particularly in the books of Kings and Chronicles, looking at some of the history in the Old Testament and what we can learn from it today. So I had a video planned for today, which I'm going to completely throw out of the window and do something entirely different because I just had the most amazing moment with God this week, and I really wanted to share that with you today. So we will pick up again in the Old Testament on Friday, but for today, I wanted to share something different. So I hope this encourages you and that you enjoy it this morning. I recently downloaded an app for my phone which is called 1 Minute Pause. It's developed by a man called John Eldridge, who's a Christian author, and it's designed to kind of get you to pause in the middle of your busy days for 1 minute or 3 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes to get you to focus back in on God. And it focuses on a few specific areas like the union of your relationship with God and restoring you and giving up everything into his hands. So that's been quite interesting to work through. But within the app are a few short teaching articles that kind of explain the concept behind it, the idea behind it, grounding it biblically. And one of the articles is entitled Recovering Our Love for God. And within that article, John Eldridge, he talks about recognizing something that you yourself personally love. It might be, standing on a mountaintop or by the edge of an ocean or playing with a puppy, whatever it might be, that is something that stirs your heart, something that you do and you say, I love this. But he kind of comments that the next step after recognizing that you love it is to say, so does God. He made this moment. He made these things. He is the creator of everything that I love. It's the idea is just to recognize the incredible love of God in those moments where we're experiencing the things, the people, whatever it may be that we love ourselves. Well, as I was reading this article, I found myself at the end of a pretty tricky week. We'd been without any kind of constant water supply in our house for nearly an entire week, and the power had been kind of intermittent as well, going off and on. And, I was continuing to wait for responses from literary agents. I still am. It's been months of this ongoing waiting and frustration. So all in all, I got to the end of this week and I was feeling a little bit down. And actually reading that article, it made me feel a little bit worse. Because as I looked at the situation I was in and I, sort of thought about, okay, what are the things that I love to do? What is it in nature that stirs my heart? And I was thinking, well, I'm pretty far away actually from those moments of contentment strolling through the English countryside. I left the dog that I love to play with back in the UK, and the place where I've always felt like the most contentment, the most peace and rest, and probably where I felt the closest to God has always been the ocean. And now here I am living in a landlocked country, miles and miles away from any coastline at all. I live in a city with no parks that you can just stroll through and enjoy nature. So it was kind of a little bit sad in a way. I was thinking, all those things that I love and they're so far away. What am I supposed to find here? And so it was in that frame of mind that I decided, well, I'm going to celebrate the water coming back on with a good bath. So I took my Kindle for some reading material and I put on some gentle music and lit a few candles and took a slightly decadent piece of ginger cake and some ice cream to the bathroom with me. And as I settled down amidst the bubbles, I realized something. I love this, I whispered. And immediately, without any hesitation at all, I felt that sense of God whispering back, so do I. Well, I think I probably chuckled to myself a bit at my overactive imagination at the thought of God up in heaven in a bubble bath. But then the follow up came. Who do you think created hot springs, Becky? Who sowed the first seeds for ginger and sugar cane and wheat for your flour and vanilla for your ice cream flavoring? Who created the sound of music in rushing water, in the wind through the trees? I love this. Wow. Well, that's all well and good, though, I thought. Lots of people in the world have experienced bathtubs and cake and music and enjoyed those things. It's not like you made those things just for me, is it, God? Just so that one day I would enjoy all those things pushed together. It's not like this was just for me, is it? You're right, came the whisper. But even if there was no one else on earth, I would have made those things just for you. Well, all of a sudden, my bad week didn't seem quite so bad in light of just the overwhelming love of that moment. So it's easy, I think, to feel a little bit lost and a little bit insignificant as an individual person amongst billions of lives on this world. It's easy to ask, what is the point in me? What's the point in my achievements and my successes? They're so tiny amongst the vastness of humanity. How could God possibly notice me when his attention is so diverted by so many other people who are probably a bit more deserving of his affection? But he does so much more than just notice you. He says that he would do it all just for you. Create the universe for your wonder and your joy and your amazement. Send his son to die so that you, just you, could be near to him again. He would do it all just for you. Now, I don't know how you're feeling today as you're watching this video. I don't know what you're thinking. I don't know if you're in a good mood or if you're really struggling right now. But after that experience, I had to mess up my schedule and record this message just for you, whoever is watching this right now, because you have no comprehension of your worth in God's eyes. You have no concept of the absolutely boundless love that he has just for you. His love for other people doesn't cheapen or lessen the love that he has for you. He is not like us. He's not human. He doesn't have a finite capacity for love. His love for you, just for you, is absolute and complete and perfect. That moment in the bathtub blew me away, if I'm honest. You will never know anything like the love that he has for you. And I just think, please be open to it today. Whether you have known him all of your life or you are just starting to explore this idea of what relationship with God might mean, this is still for you. It is the most life-changing, most revolutionary thing that you will ever encounter in your life. I have loved you with an everlasting love. With unfailing love, I've drawn you to myself, says God in Jeremiah chapter 31 and verse 3. His love is everlasting. It is unfailing. It cannot ever fail. And it is just for you. I hope that encourages you this week as it encouraged me. Sorry, this video is a little bit longer than normal, but I just really felt that it was important to share that with you. And we'll be back on Friday to digging into the Old Testament and what it has to say for us. But today, just enjoy that love, enjoy that knowledge that no matter who you are, no matter where you've come from, He would do it all just for you, just because of the incredible, all-consuming love that He has for you. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you on Friday.